Why do most traders quit right before success? Not at the beginning, not after the first loss, but right when they are closest. You don't quit because you're incapable. You quit because you're exhausted, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Trading doesn't break your account first. It breaks your patience. At the start, everything feels possible. Every chart looks like opportunity. Every win feels like confirmation. You believe effort alone will make you profitable. But then reality arrives. Losses come. Doubt creeps in. Confidence starts leaking quietly. Quietly. And slowly, the excitement turns into pressure. This is the phase nobody talks about. The phase where you're no longer a beginner, but not yet a professional. You know enough to see your mistakes, but not enough to avoid all of them. This is where most traders quit. No, not because they failed, but because progress feels invisible. You start asking dangerous questions. Why am I still not profitable? Why is everyone else winning? Was this even worth it? And that question, is this worth it, is where dreams quietly die. The truth is brutal. Success in trading is boring, repetitive, emotionless. And most people can't survive boredom. They want excitement. They want action. They want dopamine. The market doesn't reward that. The market rewards restraint. The trader who waits. The trader who waits. The trader who misses trades on purpose. The trader who accepts doing nothing. That trader survives. Most traders don't quit because they lose money. They quit because they lose belief. Belief that the process works. Belief that patience pays. Belief that consistency matters more than intensity. And once belief is gone, discipline collapses. You stop following rules. You start forcing trades. You chase setups that don't exist. Not because you're stupid, but because you're tired of waiting. This is where accounts bleed slowly. Not blown, not destroyed, just drained. Trade after trade. Just drained. Trade after trade. Decision after decision. Emotion after emotion. Until one day you look at the chart and feel nothing but frustration. And that's when quitting feels logical. But here's the truth nobody tells you. That frustration means you're close. Frustration means you're close. Close to understanding that trading isn't about winning trades. It's about surviving long enough for probability to work. The market doesn't reward effort. It rewards alignment. Alignment between your rules and your actions. Most traders know what to do. Very few do it consistently. That gap between knowing and doing is where failure lies. Professionals don't trade better setups. They execute ordinary setups flawlessly. They don't feel smarter than the market. They feel smaller than the rules. They respect risk more than reward. They protect capital more than ego. That's the difference. When you quit right before success, it's usually because your expectations are ahead of your skill. You expect consistency before mastering patience. You expect income before mastering discipline. You expect confidence before mastering control. Trading doesn't work like that. Work like that. Confidence comes after repetition. Profit comes after survival, not before. Every losing streak is teaching you something, but only if you're calm enough to listen. Every drawdown is asking one question. Will you abandon your rules or your emotions? Most abandon the rules. They change strategies. You watch. They switch time frames. They start over, not because the system failed, but because patience ran out. This constant restarting kills growth. You never stay long enough to see edge play out. You keep digging holes instead of deepening one well. Success requires staying. Staying when it's boring. Is staying when it's boring. You're staying when it's slow. Staying when results lag behind effort. That's why most traders quit right before success, because success demands something most people refuse to give. Time without validation, no applause, no screenshots, no instant reward, just quiet execution. The market is a mirror. It reflects your discipline, your impatience, your emotional maturity. If you're impulsive in life, you'll be impulsive in trading. If you chase shortcuts, you'll chase trades. If you avoid discomfort, you'll avoid drawdowns. You don't fail because you're unlucky. You don't fail because you're unlucky. You fail because you haven't become the person your strategy requires. Strategies don't fail people. People fail strategies. When you feel like quitting, ask yourself, have I truly followed my rules for 100 trades, or did I break them the moment it felt uncomfortable? Felt uncomfortable. Have I accepted losses as part of the business, or am I still taking them personally? Have I mastered risk, or am I still dreaming about reward? Quitting feels safe. It feels like relief. But relief is expensive. Because if you quit now, you'll restart later with the same habits, the same impatience, the same emotional triggers. The market doesn't change. You do, or you repeat. Success in trading isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't announce itself. It arrives quietly, after hundreds of boring executions, after months of doubt, after discipline becomes automatic. Most traders quit one step before this happens. One step before consistency. One step before clarity. One step before calm replaces chaos. If you're tired, that's normal. If you're frustrated, that's expected. If you're doubting, that's part of the process. But quitting, that's optional. Trading rewards those who can sit in uncertainty without reacting. Those who can lose without revenge. Those who can win without ego. Those who can win without ego. Master that, and the charts will start making sense. Not because the market changed, but because you did. Success doesn't come when you feel ready. It comes when you stay anyway. So if you're thinking about quitting, understand this. You're not weak. You're not incapable. You're just standing at the hardest part of the journey. The part where most people turn back. Stay, refine, reduce, execute. Let discipline do what motivation never could. Because the traders who succeed aren't the most talented. They're the ones who didn't leave when it got quiet. When it got quiet.